Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So, I've been avoiding uh, playing clips or showing clips of Donald Trump. I've not looked at his ugly face since the election. When I hear his voice, I turn the volume down. I'm going to play a couple of clips here. It might be a little bit of him, but that's what I'm doing for the whole 4 years if I have to. So I'll find out through the news or clips of my guys. I'll listen to their commentary, but I cannot look at that ugly motherfucker. All right. And not only, we all know, convicted felon, civilly liable, rapist, adjudicated fraudster, the worst businessman ever. That whole thing is totally fake. Not only is he a horrible person, he's a fucking idiot. The dude is so dumb. Just listen to him talk about tariffs. He's a fucking moron. And I've talked about this over and over. I have like 500 plus videos on him and going through his whole life since he was a young man till present day. Every one of his businesses have failed. He's a loser. He's a loser. He even bankrupted a casino. 3 of them. 6 bankruptcies. Nobody does. It's never happened before. Bankrupting a casino. I've talked about this. I'm not going to repeat myself. The guy is a loser. A total loser. Okay, now, this is kind of funny. People are already regretting this. I'm telling you, if the election were held today, if it was like do-over, and the election happened today, no question about it, Kamala Harris would win. People are already, what the fuck? And even with the holidays coming up, with Thanksgiving, you voted for Trump? You're not welcome. You're banned. Get away from me. You're a maggot, etc. Let me show this clip, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Even taken office yet, and the people that voted for him are already having regrets.
We f***ed up.
Their sudden desire to take it all back has become incredibly apparent with how many people have been Googling if they can change their vote.
Here's how you can change your vote after you voted if you feel like you chose the wrong candidate. You can't, but a lot of you are looking it up. Specifically after the election, a lot of y'all are looking up how you can change your vote. This is November the 6th right here. People were looking up how they can change their vote after Donald Trump won. And the results just keep going up. They teetered off a little bit, but now people are starting to ask the question again, can I change my vote? You can't do that. It's over. Look at where the Google searches are coming from. Wisconsin, a red state. New Hampshire, a red state. Oklahoma, a red state. Pennsylvania, a red state. Idaho, a red state. These are all states that went for Donald Trump. And this right here is within the last 24 hours. People are still Googling this phrase and asking how they can change their vote after the election is done. But then again, look at the states that they're coming from. Places like North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama. I see California, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado. A lot of these states went for Donald Trump. I don't know if America's in the find out stage yet, but surely a lot of y'all did around.
Sadly, this is the price of political ignorance. But then again, they voted for this and now they're getting exactly what they asked for.
And the person we are now betting on to change all of it is Donald Trump, a man who did 2 almost impossible things. He won the American presidency twice, and he drove a casino into the ground. What will the future hold now that America has just decided that we're going to F around and find out?
But this time around, they can't claim that they didn't know what they were voting for. A pathological liar who is not only void of ethics, morals, and all intelligence, but is also an adjudicated rapist, a 34-time convicted felon, a serial fraudster, and a traitor who stole our nation's secrets and tried to overturn the results of the 2020 election. I mean, this regret is exactly what happened the first time Trump was elected. Like this woman who voted for Trump in 2016 and then feared that she would lose her Obamacare plan that saved her life. Fast forward to 2024, and you have Trump supporters thinking that Obamacare and the Affordable Health Care Act are 2 separate things. One Trump supporter posted online, "I just voted for Trump. He's gonna kill Obamacare. I'm unemployed and Obamacare fucking sucks. I'd rather just have the ACA by itself instead of this communism shit." Another user responded with, "Obamacare is the ACA. It is literally keeping you alive. You voted to take away your health care." And then the original poster blamed Democrats for their mistake. It's literally the bike fall meme. Republicans voting for Trump and then blaming Democrats when their cult daddy takes away their health insurance. Trump told us Americans countless times that he would show us his magnificent healthcare plan in
2 weeks. 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 We are coming out with that plan in 2 weeks.
Since 2015, Trump has promised to repeal Obamacare, but the best thing that he has to show for it after 9 years is concepts of a plan.
Yes or no, you still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now.
And if we go back to 2017, a woman regretted voting for Trump after her undocumented husband was deported.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
That wife thought that Trump would only deport the criminals and troublemakers. This just in, woman who joined the leopards eating faces party is shocked to find out a leopard would eat her face. More on this at 11. But I can tell you from my own experience that when Republicans denigrate Mexicans, they're talking about all Latinos. I mean, I have people in my comments that say that I should go back to where I came from and that they hope that ICE raids my house and deports me.
What?
But Trump supporters are so fucking dumb and racist that they can't even be bothered to do their own research. I was born here and I'm a citizen of this country. And now in 2024, you have people from the Latino community who voted for Trump thinking that they're fine and safe from the mass deportation that Trump is planning. And don't even get me started on the uncommitted movement who thought that they would teach Democrats a lesson by voting for Donald Trump, the guy who put in place a Muslim ban in 2017. So now, for many Trump supporters, the buyer's remorse is beginning to set in. And honestly, I couldn't care less because they voted for this and I hope they enjoy the consequences of their decision. Now, did I expect better from us? Yeah, I did. But then I remember that our country is sadly built on a foundation of racism and sexism. And while that is not the only reason that Trump won, it does play a big part when the other candidate running for president is a biracial woman who is more qualified than the convicted felon. I also remember that more than half of adults in our country have literacy skills below a 6th grade level. Reading conspiracy tweets pushed by Elon Musk, watching right-wing propaganda shows and manosphere podcasts. It's a hell of a drug, especially when that drug is full of lies and empty promises that come from a fear-mongering bigot. One of the biggest lies that MAGA believed without hesitation was tariffs, which was another key trend on Google with a 250% surge across 3 different searches. Will tariffs cause inflation? Things to buy before tariffs, and Wall Street Journal tariffs. One of the reasons that Trump supporters have no idea what tariffs are is because they believe the unintelligible mush that came out of Donald Trump's mouth.
The higher the tariff, the more likely it is to have them come into
the higher the tariff, the more you're going to put on the value of that piece, those goods, the higher people are going to have to pay in shops.
Ready? The higher the tariff, the more likely it is that the company will come into the United States and build a factory in the United States so it doesn't have to pay the tariff.
That will take many, as you know, that will take many years.
In fact, I'll tell you, there's another theory is that the tariff, you make it so high, so horrible, so obnoxious that they'll come right away. When I do the 10%, 10% is really, first of all, 10% when you collect it is hundreds of billions of dollars. The numbers that you're talking, all reducing our deficit. But really, so there's 2 ways of looking at a tariff. You can do it as a money-making instrument, or you can do it as something to get the companies. Now, if you want the companies to come in, the tariff has to be a lot higher than 10% because 10% is not enough. Guys, they're not going to do it for 10. But you make a 50% tariff, they're going to come in.
These people voted for Trump. They made their bet, and now they're going to have to line.
Yeah, sorry I had to show you that clip of that ugly motherfucker, that Trump. I'm telling you, I cannot look at them. I literally heave when I look at them or I hear the sound of that voice. All right, if you made it this far, thank you very much. Like and subscribe, spread it around. It's the truth. These people, you're a maggot, I don't want to know you. I cut you off. Life is too short. Get out of my life if you're a maggot. I never want to hear or see from you again.